What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Reality Is. You know what I realized? There's actually a lot of podcasts named The Reality Is.
There is?
Yeah. I went and I started searching. I was like, well, whatever. I actually like the way it intros. We'll probably I'll change it. We'll just call it the California Soul Show, guys.
There you go, baby.
There you go. It's the California Soul Show.
So we from Cali out here, baby.
Right.
OG.
Right.
What do you call those? Nature born? No.
Nature Boy?
No, when you say you're from a place. Bread and raised and bred? Born and bred?
Born and raised.
Fuck.
Yeah, you messed
I
up.
fucked it all up, man. Delete that part, bro.
No. I'm going to leave everything
man.
in. Guys, I think what today's episode is going to be pretty epic. So I have, one of the biggest things about myself is I like to rant pretty heavily and be pretty aggressive. And my boy Gabriel here tends to see things sometimes with a lighter light, sometimes with a different vision. And that's why I wanted to bring you on this specific show today, because this idea was given to me this morning. And I said, hey, do you mind if I run with this idea? Okay. So as you guys know, we're in real estate, guys. For all your real estate needs, hit us up. Got it. Fine. Here's the deal. I had somebody tell me this morning that they were pissed off at the rates. Gas is expensive. Food's expensive. Like everything on and on and on and on. Right. But what I don't understand is we are not fighting the rates. We are not fighting the cost of goods. What we are fighting is the consumerism that has been shoved down our throats as a society, right? Like people are complaining they don't have money for down payment, but you see them at, Disneyland every other weekend. Like, bro, those are $1,000 trips with your kids, right? They have $500-$600 pair of shoes on and 18 different colors, right? So it's not us versus the world in the sense of money and down payments and homes, and all these people want homes. But bro, what is it internally? And this is what I want your point of view, is that this consumerism mindset, because I see so many complaints about, oh, the mortgage is too high. Oh, this is too high. Well, you also have a car that's fucking $1,200 a month or $1,400 a month. So the reason why you can't afford that house or buy the house that you want or live in the area you want is because you choose to buy shit that you probably shouldn't, right? And I know you have a very great explanation as far as awareness, right? This guy can break down awareness in the way you feel, what is it besides Instagram, besides that social media, like I need to put myself out there. What is it? What is it so fucking grand that people can't wrap their heads around? Like the things that you want are obtainable, but you're so consumed with, I need to show off. I need to have these shoes, that purse, this car, right? What is it?
Look,
it's hard for, hold on real quick. It's hard for me to really break this down because I'm a t-shirt and jeans guy, bro. Like I've always been. Yeah, I like some nice shoes here and there, but to be quite honest with you, bro, every pair of Yeezys I own, I bought at retail price, right? I see guys spending thousands of dollars, like $7,000, $8,000, $1,000 on a pair of shoes. I'm like, no, bro, if I don't get them at the pick, then whatever, I don't care, and maybe just because I'm cheap, I don't know, but I just don't understand. Like, if there's this opportunity out there, why is it? What is the self-awareness that needs to be instilled in people from your point of view?
Okay, we're gonna talk about, that's deep.
We're gonna hurt some feelings today.
And there's 7.5 billion perspectives in how to answer that question.
Wait, hold on. I think there's 8 billion now.
Oh, 8 billion now.
We just cleared 8 billion people on the world.
Okay, so there's 8 billion perspectives. So I'm just going to share my perspective and just on some fundamentals of how we function as humans, mijo. Right. And why the consumerism and all that, there's probably a million reasons, but I'm just going to keep it basic, that the ego is very, very driven based on identity.
Yeah.
Okay, so the ego's identity, and that's why there's so many flavors and so many types.
Right.
And some we like, some we don't like, some we appreciate, some we don't appreciate, some are murderers. But everything has to do with an idea of how I'm showing up in this world. And And I'm going to say that it's okay. Before I didn't have this perspective, but now I do. It's okay to own the things you want. Be aware of the attachment to it, because a lot of people, when they lose those things, or if they don't have those things,
or something happens to those
there
things.
happens to those things, they feel people kill themselves. Because their identity has been shattered. Their identity has been tampered with. Their ego is identity driven. That's why we work so hard. You hear the expression of competing with the Joneses. That's why there's so many books on how to make money, how to be rich, how to be wealthy, how to do everything. Because we all want the money to go have the things so we can say, I'm somebody. But the awareness part is, yes, that's the game we play on this world. So when you step into awareness and you realize that it's a game and that nobody wins anything.
Hey, bro, this is the
But
one
let me
game.
finish my thought. The only thing that you win is bragging rights while you're alive. But when you're dead, you're dead. Now, a lot of times I'm going to say, because I've been around people who have money, who are wealthy, who are rich, but they have the same mind chatter that someone that is not wealthy and rich and wants to be wealthy and rich.
Right.
And when I mean mind chatter is because the motives are always the same. As humans, we all want to be noticed. We all want to be somebody. We all want to be accepted. Right. We all want somebody to love us. We all want to love somebody. I want to help you. I want to help. There's givers, there's takers, there's everything in this world. That's what makes this world what it is. However, this movement of really stepping into higher levels of consciousness is showing us to be aware that, hey, I can do those things and have fun with them, but not be attached to them, so I can enjoy every moment that I am awake. See, right now I come to work with the desire to make money. But if I make it or not does not define who I am, bro.
Gotcha.
Who I am is who I say I am. And I am a image, right? And that helps me to stay in my peace and joy. Now, at the same time, I'm aware that if I need to make adjustments because I'm not creating what I want, I do it without beating myself up, to where before we beat ourselves up as to why we're not getting the results. And then you said something, that's why we don't enjoy the journey.
Right.
Because the results are not there, so I'm pissed about the journey.
Right.
So now I'm pissed all the time.
Now you're pissed all the time, even in the journey.
And I'm pissed at my wife, I'm pissed at my kids, I'm pissed at my broker, I'm pissed at this, I'm pissed at that. And we try to cover it up with positives, but deep inside we all show that anger and resentment and bitterness, it shows up different ways. Right. And we notice it in others. That's why we talk shit to each other. That's why we say things about other people that are not nice. Because I am not nice with myself. I'm not okay with myself.
It's like you're trying to prove something with yourself all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
So people are offending your identity, so you have to talk shit.
Yeah.
The actors showing up to play their role are violating your rules, and instead of stepping into awareness, your God being to say, hey, you're being a little bitch. You have all these programs that degrade you and you're letting them run and your experience sucks. Now your wife's pissed, your kid's pissed. Look at this. Everybody's mad when you should be enjoying Disneyland.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, 100%.
Because sometimes they do spend $1,000, but they're not enjoying Disneyland, bro.
They're doing it just
because my wife, the kids.
Well, not only that,
I can do it.
Not only but it's for the show.
For whatever.
That's my biggest thing is like I feel like there's so much of this keeping up with the Joneses for the show. I gotta have the attention. I gotta show this person that I have this car or that or whatever. Yeah. Like to do that, it's just this constant degradement on your own, like ego and personality. It's like you're constantly eating at yourself.
But the thing is that Richard, that we're still going to do what we're going to do. Everything that you're going to do that you're gonna do it because that's who you are.
Right.
The game is to realize that you can do it in peace and enjoy.
Okay.
And through that awareness, you can make adjustments so you can really step into the power of creating the life you want, not just reacting to life, but creating the life you want.
Okay, so what I'm taking away from that is, yes, creating the life you want, right? So you may want to go to Disneyland, you may want to spend money on whatever fucking clothes or whatever, but the reality is, like, with that, you have to
accept the responsibility that if other shit's not going the way you are, shut the fuck up.
Well, not only
because you're creating that experience too.
Well, but you got to put in the work.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, my biggest key caveat here is you got to put in the work to have the money to do both.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't complain about one thing.
Yeah.
And then go and cover it up with some other bullshit and then complain about, whatever. It's like this constant thing. And it's like, I'm trying to understand. Like you have people who are, it's very clear to explain, right? I think it's simple. You have X dollars that you bring in. You have the money that you should spend and save for what you need and what you want. But we're consumed. Well, I say we're, and because I'm faulty of this stuff too. They're consumed because I'm not perfect with taking that idea of what I want to work towards, and then just being so it's like it's so easy.
Well, look, it's easy, but it's hard because your language patterns are not allowing you to accept how you do things.
Right.
See, something
allowing
says
yourself to be happy with what
you're doing. Like, oh, I have to change this about me because
Right.
I'm not doing it right.
Yeah.
That's your gift. You're looking at it as the curse, but it's your gift because we've been taught that if you don't function a certain way, something's wrong with you. Who said I got to function like that? We just do because we show up with rules, Richard. We show up, the Bible and the Christian Bible.
We created rules.
Yes, because you show up, as the Bible says that you show up with the iniquity of your fathers. The biologist says that you're inheriting, doctors say you're inheriting diseases from your family, generation past. Scientists, biologists are saying that you are inheriting misperceptions of yourself that causes you to get sick. They got deeper than just, you're passing diabetes. Oh, you have diabetes in your family? That's why when you go to the doctor, they ask you.
They ask you right away,
you have diabetes too. No. Well, the scientist says, look, you are showing up to this world with a misperception of yourself already.
Yeah,
I'm not good.
You're brought in.
That's why the Bible calls it sin.
Got it.
But it's misperception. It is your Achilles heel that you're gonna have to deal with as you grow through life.
Right.
And because no one teaches us how to step into consciousness, they only teach us religion, then those beliefs confirm themselves through life, and you build your life based on rules that you keep throwing on top of rules.
And then on Sunday you just ask for forgiveness.
And then Sundays you come and talk, and then we start asking God to change us, and we ask God to fill us, and then God said, "No, I am in you. So if I am in you, you have the power. You just need to go on the journey of seeking it." And that's what most of us don't, because you have to confront yourself.
Everybody wants to pray for help.
Yes, but nobody wants to do the work. Like you said, nobody wants to go to work and say, hey, I like this kind of lifestyle and my work ethic does not match it.
Right.
So either I make some shifts in my lifestyle, or I make some shifts in my fucking how I'm going to work.
Right.
But I'm going to do it with a sense, not because I'm looking for an attachment or because I'm looking to feel fulfilled. I'm doing it because that's who I feel I want to be, and I'm willing to do what it takes to see what the result is.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to enjoy every moment of it, because every moment that comes to me, it's helping me to step in my spiritual power, because the spiritual power is not something that you learn and then you walk around with it. You have to practice it every day in your life.
I was going to say that spiritual power and that consciousness that you're talking about, that's something that can, not only do you practice it daily, which I understand, but it seems like, in my opinion, it would stick with you longer, because the problem is the instant gratification that comes from buying shit, going there, doing this, blah, blah, blah. There's never that fulfillment.
No fulfillment.
It's the law of diminishing returns, right? So it's constantly like, I did this and it went away. Yeah. And I did this and it went away. I bought this and it went away.
So it's only moments of satisfaction.
It's that little drip, right?
Peace. It's not internal joy.
So, and that's where I want to get to, is with you, is that internal joy. You know, there are things that people want and people want to get to, and that internal joy of getting to that is going to be the most uplifting thing, but they're so consumed with that instant. And that ego is basically what's driving that instant.
Yeah, the ego's like,
right?
Let's go, baby. I'm alive, because the ego's gonna get you there, but degrade you on the way.
That's that old school saying, that YOLO, right? Yeah, YOLO. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, because it was that instant, like, let's go, fuck it, let's go.
The ego is always gonna be with you. The ego is part of the process. The devil is not outside of you. You are the devil. Religion called them the devil. The spiritual world, the spiritual enlightenment world calls it the ego. My mentor or someone that I follow, considered to be a mentor, Matthew Ferry, calls it the drunk monkey. Okay, it's the ego who doesn't know what's right or what's wrong. The ego has no idea of what is real and what is not real. It is a machine. It is a fucking badass machine, like an AI that adapts to fucking life. And forever, the AI has been running itself, adapting to life.
Yeah.
And the operator has just been sitting there and once in a while push you in the direction, because the creator is so loving, unconditionally graceful and merciful, that even though we are oblivious to that, life is still rigged for us to win. Everything's always working in my favor, even when it's not. Because you hear story after story of people who had breakthroughs. They went to cancer and they survived, right? They had no spiritual nothing. They just are telling their story. And there's others that end in tragic or whatever. Yeah. Because everything is allowed here. This place you come to experience human. But there is this godly side of us that if you choose to tap into it, can create a whole different experience. It's like going to Disneyland. You're going to get exhausted. You're going to have to stand in line. You're going to spend a lot of money. Right. You're going to feel a lot of emotions, up, down, because the rides make you feel shit. Right. You might feel nauseous. You might not. Life does the same thing, bro. Yeah. Life is your life is an adventure, but we don't look at it as an adventure because a rule says your life is a piece of shit. But if you step into the perspective of God, God says, thank you for having the life that you have, because through you, I'm experiencing what it is to feel life. But I don't want to feel the same thing with Richard. I want to feel something
Everybody's
different.
Got their...
It's just an empowering content. I cannot prove to you.
Yeah.
It's a belief. It's a belief that empowers me, mijo, because we don't know, Richard. We have to stop to believe. We have to stop believing that we know. I'm just sharing a perspective that I found that empowers me. Gotcha. But it's for me, bro. But I realize that people, when I talk to them, something happens to them that says, fuck, bro. Let's talk more.
And that, you know, what's crazy is, you know, you're 100% right? Because I remember, okay, so just give you guys a little pretext. This office that I'm in now, that I'm actually shooting this in, it's been a short time since I've been here. And I remember... And I told Gabriel this when they have this little crew over here, right? And every time
the power pack, it's the power pack.
Every time I would walk in, I'm like, man, these guys are assholes. Like they were just in this own little world. Like you would like say what's up, and they were just like almost like you had to be like allowed in, right? Like there was the cool kids club over here, right? So I remember I'd be like, man, these fools they're just, you know, whatever, cool. But I was just doing my own thing, no worries, whatever. After the first conversation, I literally was like, everything you said, I wanted to like fight you on, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't because I wanted to fight you or it was internally I needed to fight you. It was just like, I view things differently.
Correct. You believe what you believe.
And then as you break stuff down, our differences are the same in different avenues.
Exactly.
And it's just
the perspective.
It is such a perspective, but also like a direction to show that we're both going the same direction.
Yes, Neil.
We're just on different.
Yeah, we're just choosing our tools to get us there because it's supposed to be special and unique for you. That's how God made it. Right. He doesn't want you to do it like me. He wants you to do it your way because you're going to enjoy. You're going to get to know yourself. Yeah. You're going to know how you function. You're going to start accepting and loving yourself. And all the things you thought were wrong with you are actually the things that are your gifts that you can continue to share with the world or for yourself to get what you want. And we want in the end is to have peace and joy, mijo. That's really what we want. We want financial freedom so we don't have to worry about money so I can sleep at night. Right. But money's not going to fix that.
Money's energy.
Money is just a tool. Yeah, it doesn't make you feel shit. It's you saying the stories.
It's you telling you the story that when you open your app on your bank account, you're like...
Dude, I have friends. I have friends, 2 friends, man, of mine that I am impressed. They're not... I don't even think they're 50 yet or maybe... And they're literally enjoying their life in regards to their money. They did some good moves with money and they literally don't have to work, bro. They're looking for things to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I say, wow. And they weren't fucking working as multi-CEOs. They had a fucking job, bro. Yeah. Unions. Yeah. One of them had a company, but he was also an employee of it.
Right.
And he owned...
Leverage it.
But so it's not about, you having to make so many money to get a life you want. It's about you stepping into this place of realizing, hey, this is what I'm choosing, and I'm going to embrace this. And at the same time, I'm going to educate myself and make some moves to see how I can create a future for myself that looks different.
Yeah.
But the thing is not to be attached, because when you get attached, you get so consumed that you forget to enjoy your life and everybody around you. I did that.
I can definitely say where you can get attached to the idea of money.
Because if you don't achieve it, you're a piece of shit.
And that's
you're gonna confirm your bias of your misperception. Remember, I started you with the misperception.
Right.
The misperception is what you're going to confirm over and over, and your misperception cannot be beaten by positiveness, by self-help books. You need to step into your spiritual power, your creator's power that is within you, that is awareness. Awareness is the one that tells you, hey, you're being a dick. Hey, te pasaste de verga. Hey, why did you do that?
Yeah.
The one that says, you piece of shit, you fucked, that's the ego. But the one that's showing you, hey, why did you do that?
Yeah.
That's the one you got to listen to.
Yeah, that's the one that made that decision and is asking, like, bro, you shouldn't have done that.
That's the awareness.
Yeah.
So awareness is telling you, hey, you did something, so don't let the ego assert. So how do you do that? It's the whole process, mijo. It's gotta step one. Accept that there is some spiritual power that you're willing to step into and that you're willing to confront yourself. Rule number one, number one, you have to take responsibility for your life. You just have to say, as of this moment, I am taking responsibility for everything that has happened to me, that is happening to me, and that will continue to happen to me. I will take responsibility.
And I think that's
hard.
Well, that's hard as shit. But, I mean, accepting responsibility as a whole is hard.
Yes.
Right? Good, bad, all of it's hard.
But there's a process.
But there's also accepting responsibilities of the things that you want as well.
Correct.
Right?
So
because we can talk about negative all day long.
No.
But there's also a positive side to that, and that's where I think one of the things when you talk about like self-help and we talk about that misrepresentation and identifying it and all that, that's fine, that's cool. But there also is the idea of like the good that comes out of it.
The recontextualization is what we call. But you have to be aware of the misperception, because the ego is not that I'm trying to be negative, is that the ego is smart, is a beautiful thing. Because look, it's gotten to you where you're at right now.
Right. You survived this long.
It's created babies.
It's your protection.
You've had the thing is that it overprotects. It overprotects that it fucking confuses the shit out of itself. So awareness is the balancer. But awareness comes with that power of knowing that everything's rigged in your favor. But you have to start reprogramming the ego, because the ego is on high alert all the time.
Right.
That's why some people say, I don't sleep. Bro, I talk to people and I know how they live their lives because I hear their language patterns. Mm-hmm. And when people say, oh, yeah, I don't sleep at night, I know they're suffering way.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? Like, I feel like that chatter doesn't go away.
No.
Right? And that's where I've learned about certain people is that the chatter can't stop. Right? And myself, I've learned I used to have a really hard time sleeping, but my chatter was more about business, money.
Yeah. Right? Which is because you're a business person. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I've realized is that like if you like make your power list, you get those tasks done. Like the only thing you need to do is end your night with what's going on tomorrow, and you can actually sleep at peace.
Well, I'm gonna show you a more powerful thing that can be more permanent. Mm-hmm. That you don't have to do anything. That it is just how you're being. Mm-hmm. And that's really the recontextualization process does that. Because your life is being created based on your beliefs. Right. So when you speak, if you're aware of the words you're saying, you're going to notice that some of the beliefs that you're saying are degrading. There are rules that you probably say, fuck, why would I would never follow that rule, but you have it. Because the ego doesn't check its own rules. It has rules that contradict themselves. That's why sometimes but just a minute ago you said this. No. And they'll fight you. But you just said that. They'll fight you, brother. That's why they have the commercial now. Bring out the flag. Have you seen those commercials? No. The progressive commercial?
No.
Fucking genius way. So the commercial is where the two people, a family is talking and they say, hey, you said sa. So no, I didn't say that. You said sa. No, okay. She bring out the red flag in football, right? The red flag is to replay.
Yeah.
They show the replay. Wow, can't believe I said that.
That's epic.
But that's how we are. The ego, if you don't check it, is going to say whatever it says for it to feel that it matters, that it's right, that it knows what it does. Right. It knows everything. So the mind chatter, this process helps you to control the mind chatter to where the ego is no longer running the show. It is only taking instructions as through awareness. And although the ego never stops its own programming because it is what it is, but through awareness, you can create a new pervasive because your ego will adapt to its new environment. So if your environment is now about empowering context and edifying yourself and being kind to yourself and loving yourself and really doing the work to step into that being, your ego comes with it. As a matter of fact, it even tries to usurp it on the way. So that's another challenge that as you go, we have to be aware because you start talking enlightened, but like you can tell it's ego because it keeps ego. It's me. Now
it's all about me. And I did this. And I did that. I did this. Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I mean. I mean, it's still ego will adapt. The ego is not gonna.
It's crazy how fast your conversation, like you're saying, it can be so directional, but in an instant it can kick on, and then it becomes. Hold on. Let me just reaffirm that that I'm talking about what I've done. And it's crazy because when we put that into like a social media perspective, right? Now is look what I did. Mm-hmm. Look what I did. And then you get people liking it and that's reaffirming what you just did, even though you know it was wrong, but the likes show and the comments show that was awesome. But you didn't even want to do that because you put yourself in a fucking financial hardship or you did something that you told yourself you weren't going to do.
But yeah, and as you step into this power, sometimes I do things just to activate. Like I'll be in a group text and I'll say something. Say, okay, I'm going to open myself up to ridicule. So I have to prepare myself mentally. Right. Because one of the things that I've learned was not to be offended. Because I was very offendable. Yeah. Everything almost offended me.
Really?
I was very hard on myself. You know, I mean, you see this Gabriel, but you don't know the Gabriel that was hard on myself every single day.
In all fairness, I mean, I've only known Gabe for 6 months.
Yeah, you've gotten a whole different version of me because the other version, I probably wouldn't be talking to you.
Even me. I mean,
I'll probably just be working hard, and we would talk around, fuck around a lot. Yeah. We'd talk shit, but we would never really connect. Because my mind was always just, I'm not good enough. I have nothing to say. Yeah. Anything I say is probably just bullshit.
You know who I always look back and I always think like, man, who got two crazy different versions of me? My older son and then my kids now. So like he got a version of me that never understood shit.
More raw.
Had a kid at 16.
Yeah, raw. You were raw, baby.
If you guys don't know that, my son now is about to be 25. Wait. Yeah, 25 or 26. Damn, I'm getting old. Yeah, 26, bro. And then my little ones are 6 and 8. So they got two different versions of dad. To the point where like I didn't realize that until that kind of happened. Yeah. And I was like, man, I didn't realize how we go through stages of life. Yeah. Didn't know shit, went through so many twists, turmoils, shit shows to come out of it and then to better myself mentally, physically, the whole like everything like together, fail again and then still have kids, but then treat them the way that I knew that was supposed to be, versus it's crazy.
Yeah, you're a more softer Richard.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but that's the whole game, Richard, is to really just be aware that there's nothing to change about me, There's nothing to fix you. Mm-hmm. There's only to be aware of how you function so you can grow in that power.
Gotcha.
Because we're still comparing ourselves to others. Even though we do it, but the reason we're so hard on ourselves because we're still comparing ourselves of how we want our lives to be. And that's good. Let's say I want my life to be more like I want to have more cash flow in the sense of residual income, apartments and that kind of money coming in. I'm really desire that. And but at the same time, I'm enjoying and saying that this moment is perfect the way it is because I created it.
Yeah.
Why am I going to talk shit about my life? Because I'm only talking shit about myself. I might not be, it's like you said, it might not be where I want it to be, but I'm not going to say shit about it. I'm going to say thank you for it. I appreciate you. Let's get to work.
It's funny that you brought that up. I hate when I hear people say fuck my life. God, dude, it's such a
I say it a lot to fuck my life. But it playing.
Yeah, I know, but there's a lot of people that mean it. Like, literally, right?
Yeah.
And I've been at that point where I said that so much, and I was like, bro, if I keep saying this, I keep getting this.
Yes, bro.
Like, you have to understand, like, the shit show that you put out is what comes back to you.
Yes.
And the energy and the negativity.
Yes.
If everything is fuck this and fuck him and fuck that and da 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 da, and all you want to do is shit on everybody else, the only thing you're doing is shitting on yourself.
Yes, mijo. Fuck, that is so not easy to really understand.
Yeah.
Because I talk to people, say, bro, you really want to practice? Yes, man, I'm committed. Okay, let's practice. Let's start with like not judging, because judging to us, we usually use it in a negative word. Even though judging is a neutral word.
Yeah.
Judging just saying you're making comments about something.
Right.
But I take it. Judging to me was bad.
You're
because everything I did judge myself was bad.
Right.
But anyways,
because we were actually judging ourselves in a negative way. So now our assumption is that everything we tell somebody in judging is negative because everything we judge ourselves on is negative.
Mijo. Yes, that's the game. That's why the actors are playing their roles, because they're showing you what you believe about yourself. That's how the power of God is revealed. That's how the Holy Spirit, if you want to use Christianity, awareness is talking to you. Mm-hmm. Bro, I was a Christian for a major part of my life, and I never understood the Holy Spirit. What is it? God spoke to me. Fuck, when is God going to talk to me? They had us. They fucking had us, bro. They were just, my misperception was being amplified in religion. Because I was still not good enough. I needed a savior. I needed someone to save me because I was a piece of shit. Because I'm a sinner. All fall short of the glory of God. There was
a little clip. I was watching a little portion of Angels and Demons last night. It was kind of like just what was on there. And I was like, play. And there was a portion where he asked him, do you believe in God? And he goes, I'm a scientist. And he goes, no. Do you believe in God? And he goes, well, he kind of like gave him that nod. He goes, I'm not asking about man's religion. Mm-hmm. I'm asking, do you believe in God? And it's crazy because
a source.
Yeah, a source. And that's one thing I think we can all agree on. There's people who
8 billion gods? Well, there's 8 billion gods, bro.
Well, but it's crazy if you think about that. I forgot what is the chances of becoming a human being? It's like 1 in 14 billion or
trillion.
So yeah, it's some
trillion.
It's some ridiculous number.
Trillion.
Like it's mathematically impossible that you're even here.
Trillion, yes.
At this very moment.
Yes.
So that in itself is like a lottery in itself.
Yeah.
And then we don't really,
because we don't
take care of ourselves. We allow everything else to toxify us in some way.
Because we really don't grow up teaching us that, our parents kind of grow we're all in survival. The ego is a survivalist. That's why we've been here for thousands of years. We've managed dinosaurs, giants. I mean, we don't know. There's stories of everything, but here we still are. Yeah. Now we have phones. We're fucking flying to space. You know what I mean? We've evolved as a race and as a people. And, the world, when we're gone, who knows what perspectives will change. But for me, this process has really helped me to step into myself and really accept and love myself and be so thankful and grateful for everything that has happened in my life. Even though right now it is if you look at it, you would say you fucked up. At your age, you fucked up. But for me, through this process God is forging me. This process is forging me to step into power.
Well, I like how you've said is like we all have a different story, right? So in your case, maybe your story is for this to happen.
Oh yes, everything is working in my favor, even when it's not.
You are supposed to help people. Yeah.
Oh, and that part too. Yeah. I'm talking about the.
I know.
The dark side I'm working on.
Yeah, but I'm saying is that your dark side is happening, so you can step away,
shift and transform it, and continue to share in these moments.
Like this didn't exist.
Yes, it didn't exist, bro.
This idea, this room, this layout, you've never done a recording ever.
Never, bro.
Like, guys, I want you guys to understand this. Like Gabriel would put his phone up there on live and have 3 people watch it. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I told you, bro, if you can help one person with these audios, video, whatever, like how that ripple effect
Oh yeah,
goes down the line, right?
Yeah,
so like
it's
you I can honestly say has helped me in certain ways, which in turn has bettered me to better my kids.
Yes,
which in turn they will have a better.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where the ripple effect comes in.
Yeah.
That ripple effect is so powerful.
You know what I was thinking about today, Richard? That I was looking back. I have an uncle, man. I was talking to my aunt. I have an uncle. When we were kids, man, my dad was an alcoholic and he was gone. So my uncle kind of took me under his wing, you know?
Right.
And I would go everywhere with him, and he would give me money because I would help him. You know, my uncle he managed this big old building over there on in the hood back then it was the hood by downtown by Alvarado.
Okay.
Off of Union and 6th Street. We were on there by Belmont.
Yeah.
And he managed this building, bro. It was a rough neighborhood, bro, and he managed it. But he had a side hustle too, you know, that I would go help him with. And he would pay me money. But you know, one thing I would say, I was looking like, you know what? He never talked to me like a man. He never taught me. I just saw him work and I went to work with him. But I don't remember having conversations of him teaching me things. And then I go to my dad too. And then I never remember having conversations with my dad because my dad was in survival, just making money because he had 3 jobs, bro. He had 3 jobs, bro. He was insane. But we didn't have a relationship with him because remember, he was drunk. And then he came back and then he just went to work. So all the time we saw him, he would just talk shit to us.
Right.
Because we were teenagers, man. We were fucking around. So, right?
Yeah.
So, but again, I was like, man, so me with my kids now, I'm like, fuck, I don't talk to my kids either. We fuck around and talk shit, but we don't once in a while. So I say, you know what? I'm going to intentionally start texting them and saying things about this.
Right.
Whether they hear it, they care about it, I don't care. But I want to say I threw information at you and I'm going to throw it at them till the day I die.
Right.
Because I feel that we as adults should talk to kids like adults sometimes and tell them about real shit about life instead of try to protect them and try to say, you do good at school, don't get that great. Like, yes, do that, but let me tell you about life too.
Yeah.
And again, my perspective, is it good or bad? Again, everything that I share is not that you should do it or don't do it, that it's right or wrong. I can't prove none of it. But I am going to tell you that it is so empowering that I feel that I am in control of my life. Where before I felt life was just a fucking this is not the lot I wanted. I was a victim to my life.
This is not what I signed up for.
I was a victim to my life.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm not a victim to my life. I am the creator of my life.
Right.
Every day for me is beautiful.
Nice. And
It is.
That in itself would be epic for so many people.
Yes. And in the same time, yes, I'm working, making money. I want to make more money. I'll do physical, bro. We can do it all. All I'm saying, Richard, again, I just found a process that I can enjoy doing this. Because I'm still going to do it because that's who we are.
Right.
You're still going to do who you are. I just want to be in peace and joy now, not when I go to heaven.
I like
that. I don't know if I'm going to make it or not.
and what I do like is enjoying now, but what I've enjoyed is evolving.
Yes,
right.
That's beautiful.
And that's where I think a lot of people, they don't ever see evolving. They just see
misery, defeat, hard work.
Okay, here. I'm gonna be the bearer of bad news for a lot of you guys because you guys are gonna shit on me for this, but bro, every time I hear somebody tell me same shit, different day, I want to fucking reach out and rip their throat out. Bro, you can make your life better. You can progressively be 1 inch better, 1 step forward, 1 rep more, 1 ounce more on the bench. I don't care. But it is not the same shit every single day. If you are doing that and that's all you believe, that's your own failure.
Yeah. Learn to be vulnerable with yourself. If you can learn to be vulnerable with yourself, meaning totally honest, that look at the things that you say are bad and say, yes, I do that. And you know what? Since I keep doing it, I'm not going to resist. I'm just going to say that's who I am. Can I say an empowering context about what I'm doing? Oh, so doing drugs is like, bro, you think it's easy to do drugs and go to work every day? You know what I'm saying? You can find empowering context. I'm not saying try it.
Hey, bro, that's a functioning addict, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You think that's easy? You know what mental toughness it takes to manage the drunkenness? My dad did it for a lot of his life. Yeah. My dad would run fucking these warehouses, bro, drunk as hell.
Crazy, yeah.
But I can't do it, bro.
I can't do it, but it's almost to the point where like their mind is already a part of them.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. So can you find empowering context saying not that you're drinking, but that you do have the mental toughness that no matter what's going on, you can still make shit happen. See what I'm saying? Yeah. You can say, oh, I was a drunk and I fucked things up. Or I can say, wow, I didn't realize how strong I was mentally. Yeah. Because
just that in itself is a powerful message.
That's
to yourself.
Recontextualization. Yeah. Now you can heal the past. When you do that, then you do go through a process of healing. I went through this process like, why do I stop crying? I would get up and I was crying, bro. Like, what the fuck's going on with me? Yeah. I am aware, but I knew that my body was healing because I've been seeking to get rid of. There's shit in us that is so suppressed, bro, that it is. You need to go through
You know what I heard? And process of healing. It blew my mind when I brought this down to like what I'll consider like surface level, right? I like to really like narrow things down just to like a dumb level, surface level. I can understand exactly what you're saying. The amount of stress, anger, hatred, just imagine every single time you've done that over your whole life, right? And then think of like, you know, when you cut a tree down, you got tree rings, right? Imagine a new ring is put on every single time. Every time you're pissed off, every time you're mad, every time you get in a fight, all those things, it's a scar. It's a wound, right? And it leaves a scar. And that's kind of what that is, right? Well, if you do that, this is what happens to your interior body, to your gut, to your gut health, right? To your intestines. They're gaining these like scars, and it's literally like to a point where it takes years to get rid of that. It takes years for your body to like break that down. So whatever you're going through now, the more negativity you allow now, it's just going to carry with you for a long period of time. Your body hasn't let go of it is the point.
Yeah. So you're not inheriting sicknesses. You're inheriting the misperception that creates sicknesses. Mm-hmm. So I always ask people, hey, diabetes 2 people? I go, hey, I had this book, as this scientist book, and it said that a lot of diabetes 2 the core emotion is guilt.
Stress and guilt, yeah.
Guilt. So I asked a couple of people. Monique's Monique's friend of mine, Louis. They cut both his legs off, and then he died from diabetes at a young age. He was a young guy, probably in his early 60s. Wow. And but you know, I asked him one time, "Hey man, you suffer with guilt?" Big time, bro. I said, "Oh fuck!" I just wanted to ask, and then I asked a few people, and I asked him. A buddy of mine, too, he has diabetes, bro. And I go, hey, bro, do you feel guilty? He goes, all the time. All the time, bro. I go, fuck.
There's a correlation.
So the misperception of yourself is creating that.
This is what Big Pharma doesn't want people to figure out, is that
they don't want you to heal yourself.
They don't want you
to. They want to keep you mad. That's why the word pharmacy in the Greek word is pharmakia or pharmakia, which in the Latin word means witchcraft.
Wow.
So if you look that word up and go back to it, the word of it is witchcraft, meaning that they just keep you numb, bro. They keep you embrujado, meaning embrujado is a term for, you know, you're lost. You're doing shit that you shouldn't be doing.
Right.
But I think that, you know, I don't have nothing against them. I just feel that we don't need them to heal us. Those two things only manage you.
Right.
So if you need it to manage you so you can heal.
Doctors are only practicing medicine, right?
But we use it as the end all.
End all be all,
because it's easier to take a pill than to take responsibility for your actions.
Right.
It's better to say, I'm this way because I was hurt.
Right.
You know, and it could be anything from a family member. It could be anything. And that's why I'm like that.
Well, I'll give you a little scenario what I'm going through right now, right? So I've been eating every other day, right? And it's amazing how strong the mind is because it's crazy. I will eat one day. I'll say sleep through the night, fast the entire day, and then I don't eat until breakfast, right? The following day, right? So it's like 36 hours is kind of where it lands. 33 to 36 hours.
Good.
And in one fasting session, bro, you instantly feel better. You wake up clear.
Your gut's not working overtime. It's cleaning.
It's you're giving it a fucking break.
It's cleaning what's there. It's not cleaning and working. What the fuck?
It's a constant, right? Yeah, it's constantly shoving.
I can clean.
But what the crazy part is not that. The crazy part is the fact that your brain is so strong, and like even right now, as me and you are talking, at this very second that I'm recording this, my brain is going, damn, I'm fucking hungry. Damn, aren't you gonna eat after this? Hey, bro, what do you like? It's almost that mind chatter where I need to like chill it out because you it's crazy. I'm telling you, I feel better without eating for 24 hours. Like, shut up. But your brain's like, no, bro. Let's go get
eat. Let me tell you what you should eat.
Hey, bro. It's crazy how we can visualize. All right, cool. You're gonna go pick up Aaliyah. When you pick her up, just shoot her in and out. I mean, bro, your mind can play all this.
Oh, yeah.
And it's amazing. I don't know if you guys are like this, but it is one of the things that like I battle with, especially with the kids. Right? Kids are hungry after school. I grab them some food, or we go make them some of the whatever. But when you're around it and you're fasting, it is crazy how hard it is not to eat, even though your body feels so good the next day.
Yeah. I've been on a diet pretty much my whole adult life.
Yeah, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Especially as I got older, I just seemed I wanted more. I even went on this thing when I was in Corona. I was with my workout buddy Josh back then. We would go to the gym every day, bro. He was fit, that guy. He was solid because he's fucking tight ass guy, you know. He looked good, so I go, fuck it, I'm gonna follow his regimen, right? Mm-hmm. I couldn't lose weight, bro. I was getting stronger. I was strong, but I couldn't lose weight. My stomach was big, and so fuck it, I let that go. And then just as I started stepping into this process, right. And I really, really started stepping into self-acceptance of self, meaning that I went on a time where I was telling people, I tell people, I'm fat. Now, according to the world, I was fat. I'm still fat. But in my mind, bro, I was no longer fat because I said, I am choosing to look this way, so I'm not going to call it fat. I'm just going to call it that this is what I'm choosing to look at this moment, and that's it. I accept that. However, I love myself the way I am. Mm-hmm. I love all this lonja and my fupa and all the shit that's hanging. See what I mean? I really had to step into that meal. Yeah. And I said, but I would like to transform my body.
Right.
And bro, I have not worked out. I get hungry, but now because I've already eat so little that I get full quickly. And I don't feel weak. I don't feel nothing because I consciously now am aware that I don't need food.
If you're not working out and you're not burning more calories or lifting more weights, you don't need the extra.
That's a lie. That's not true because I'm going to tell you. I didn't lose weight. Working out.
No, but you got stronger. So you need protein to get stronger is my point.
I'm going to tell you that just know, and all I say with this is learn your body.
Right.
You learn yourself, and then you figure out a system that works for you.
Yeah.
But the number one thing is for you to stop telling you that something's wrong with you. Again, even though you don't want to be this weight, we're making it wrong. And it cannot be wrong because you're choosing to be this way.
Right.
You're not there because you're a victim of anything.
I think what it is is we find the easy path and we find the hard path, right?
Yeah, and there's people that can train you and get you and all that.
Yeah.
But you want to be able to control it here.
And that's one of the biggest things that I was talking to somebody recently about how, when I lost all the weight, because I've lost 100 pounds. If there's people who have only seen me now, I had lost 100 pounds at one point. The one thing I can say at that moment when I was going through that and I lost that weight is that I was mentally so disciplined, so clear-minded on what my task was, how I felt about myself, what I needed to get done. That was already there. And the moment that I lost that mental portion, it didn't matter how much I went to the gym.
Yeah, it's all of that, Mijo.
Yeah.
So, but the main thing, I'm always going to go back to my thing, which is to accept and love yourself. That is going to make everything else a lot smoother because you're going to resist it. Everything that we do, we're resisting ourselves. That's why we want to do it, because there's something about me I want to change that I don't like. And then we want to change our spouses. We want to change everybody.
Yeah.
And then now we have the weight of the world on our shoulders. And then when people don't react the way we want them based on how I'm doing, then we get mad.
Right.
And then that's when all the shit that comes out, and then we put it back.
Yeah.
And then it comes out.
Yeah.
And then all I'm saying, this process, if you choose to go down it, which is a fucking mind fuck, but it is a beautiful thing. You go through all those processes of healing that and removing that and recontextualization and really stepping into joy and peace, man, and still doing the things you want to do. You know, and that's it. I mean, life is working in our favor. It really is. Be thankful and grateful for the things that are good, and give yourself a pat on the back once in a while and say, "Fuck, bro."
You know, that pat on the back. You know, when you're constantly being negative to yourself, one of the hardest things to do, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. And what I can say is, be thankful, guys. Be respectful to yourself. The more you talk down on yourself, the more you eat yourself alive. Those words, literally, what they do is they take you that far.
They get fruit.
They dig that deeper of a hole.
Yeah.
You know?
It just keeps going down
It
that
just
rabbit
keeps
hole.
going down that hole, and it's like you want to get out of it, but you consistently are shoveling out a little bit more, right? So you're keeping going, digging. You're like, yo, at a certain point, you need to crawl your ass out of there.
Yeah, there's points in life where you're going to have to realize that there's patterns and you might want to shift them, but you can't do that if you're caught up in the chase. You have to stop and be aware.
Yeah.
Awareness is your friend. You taking some time to breathe is really going to benefit you more than just going, because life will, 20 years later, you'll put your head up and you realize that you never moved.
That is probably the scariest thing. What is the quote? Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And that's the ultimate failure, in my opinion.
Yeah. You guys get some books out there, man. Get some good books. Michael Singer out there is a great book. Eckhart Tolle has some great books out there. Matthew Ferry, the master of this stuff.
Yeah, I've heard these names. I actually haven't even jumped into those. Like I need to get some audiobooks because I tend to listen to books as I'm at the gym.
Yeah.
Guys, if you guys haven't read, and I'll shoot you a copy. It's Russ's book, and that's the one. The Journey is Everything. It's pretty cool, man. It's more modern. A little hip hop to it because that's like his whole vibe, and that's what he's he's so he's got a different. It's a little bit more relatable, I guess you could say, to certain people.
Yeah, we want to make it relatable. We don't want to. There's tools that you can follow that you can literally step into this. There is rules. If you want to know, reach out. And I can share the tools with you. Or we'll keep, maybe next time we talk, we can talk about some of the tools.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that for sure.
All right,
guys. I appreciate your time with us.
Thank you, Richard.
Another solid hour, bro. It's crazy how we just fly through these. Gabriel, how do they connect with you? What's your Instagram?
Gabe. Shit.
Gabe Diaz, no 100 or something.
Gabe Diaz 100.
Man, I gotta remind the guy. Jesus Christ.
Gabe Diaz 100 on Instagram. And then on Facebook, I think I'm Gabe Diaz.
Gabe or Gabriel?
Gabriel Diaz.
One of the million Gabriel Diaz's out there?
Yeah. There's only one good-looking one. There
you go. Look for the salt and pepper, guys.
Yeah, look for salt and pepper.
There you go. And as always, guys, California Sold, hit me up if you need anything. Soul. I appreciate your time with us. And, we'll see you next
Richard, thank you for sharing your gift, mijo, with me. I appreciate you, bro.
It's hard to accept that. You know, I'm going to tell you right now, before we end this.
Say thank you.
I'm gonna say thank you.
Okay, good.
But no, thank you. I know, laugh at it. I had a conversation with somebody over the weekend, and his breakdown to me was so empowering. I never realized how much I help people.
Oh yeah, you're a fucking giver.
I've never understood that, and
you're a protector.
This weekend this conversation was 2 hours long. I haven't stayed on the phone with a homie at that for 2 hours ever. You know what I mean? And to talk to him, know where I met him, helped him progress, to see where he's at now, know that there's still struggles, and still be thanked. It's so crazy what I've done without knowing I've done.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's your gift that sometimes you think is not, that it gets in your way because
Right.
people don't give back what you give because you're attached to it. Your value is based on how you're attached to that gift. So be aware of the gift, so the gift won't take you to a place where it degrades you, and it's always used for empowering yourself.
In
also,
all fairness, I didn't even know I did.
I know that's what I'm. But
know?
I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
I'm telling
And,
you, be
yeah.
aware that is your gift. You're a
Yeah.
giver. You will help people, but sometimes it can get you into a position you shouldn't be in,
Right.
Because you're attached.
Yeah.
Because your value might still be, let me do something good so I can feel good about myself.
Gotcha.
No, you're not trying to feel good. You're here to share your gift with those who want to share, need it, and want it, not just randomly.
Just randomly.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why we say our gift is our curse. It's not. It's your gift. Just learn to use it.
Gotcha.
Like you don't give a 3.
And with that, learn to use it, but learn how to, because there's a point where your gift can get you into trouble.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Be aware
yeah.
of it where
Yeah.
it doesn't get you into trouble. That's all. So thank you again for sharing me.
I appreciate
you a lot. I
Yeah.
do. You are
You're-
truly a gift to humanity.
Well,
Mio.
I want you to understand you are a gift too, because there's
Right
a lot
on.
of people on here that will watch this. Whether it's now, you know what the cool part is? This is gonna be on the internet fucking forever.
So we'll be gone in that.
We'll be gone, and this will still be.
Look
here.
what these fools are talking about. Fuck, they were dropping bombs.
Yeah, right. And we just found them. Fuck, you know. But the truth is like somebody's gonna see this, and I hope that it helps them in one.
Yeah.
Bro, I always tell people, you're gonna watch an hour of content and take one little tidbit from it.
Yeah.
One little ounce of it,
Yeah.
and that's all you need, guys. That's all you need is to keep compounding that.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Well said.
All right, G. Till next time. Peace out, guys.
Peace. Right on.